we're going to show you how to combine horizontal pixel gaps that do work with HQM grade, as well as the smallest vertical pixel gap in the game that is unnoticeable really. And we're just going to get right into it. It is again a slimmed down version of that. We are just going to have our horizontal pixel gap just like that to be able to access our TC. And of course, it can shoot through this gap, but it does act as you get your full HQM wall. You can just stick the TC in the honeycomb and you can make the sheet metal so no one's the wiser in your honeycomb, and you still get this raid cost because they cannot loot the boxes. And then we have our smallest vertical pixel gap in the game. Can you see a pixel gap there? I didn't have the light up large boxes through that gap. Would you be able to find it? And it's just right there. And there's our one large box, and we'll have a small box like right here, or like right there. And then we flip it over here, and then we have another large box right there. It only does work with square floors. Triangle floors you need a larger gap for the triangle floor, and with that large gap we get a lot of building errors when expanding, whereas with this tiny invisible gap there's pretty much no building errors. You only run into building errors if you mess up your half walls for your horizontal pixel gap. And it's going to be super nice and super easy. We are just going to show you how to do it really quickly here, and you do need a rug. So what we want to do is build a big 2x1 just like this, and you are going to get yourself a rug, just a regular rug. You can find one of these in a box. They are only 25 cloth now instead of the old 100 cloth cost, but it's not that bad. We're just going to place a rug and two low walls just like this, and that's literally all you need to do for both pixel gaps. And then you're just going to come and crouch in the corner. Crouch or stand. It's just easier when you crouch. If you stand, you have to raise the foundation up. You won't be able to do it low like this because the red square will bounce back towards you. It needs to bounce in front of you, that red square. So you can either raise it up with a taller foundation when you're standing, or crouch if you want it lower, and then it'll shoot forward like that. We're just going to come in the corner, crouch, make sure that red square shoots forward, jump over off of our rug and over here. And we messed it up. We did not jump right enough, or our rug is not in the correct direction. Looks like it may just be sticking under there. So we're just going to make sure the whole hitbox of that rug is coming off of that, so we're not on the rug anymore. We'll do that same thing. And you can hold Alt to make sure that you're not moving your mouse, or you could just pick up your mouse, or just don't move that mouse. And you're just going to jump over the twig wall, bring it back, and just like that, they're going to connect. And then just like that, you'll have a horizontal pixel gap from being on top of the rug. Run one rug height high, and there will be a invisible vertical pixel gap here. You won't be able to see it with those walls, but if you go like this between the two floors and make sure they are placed off of each other on the outside places, and you go ahead and upgrade those to the maximum layer, and then you put your boxes under there, and you just have to believe. You literally just have to believe, and it'll be there. You won't be able to see it. You just have to believe the pixel gap is there, just like that. And then you'll be able to put your everything there. And then when you want to do your horizontal pixel gap, make a 2x1 like that, you're going to find which one's the low and which one's the high. And then you want to make sure that when you put a triangle floor over on top of your low half wall, you could place a high half wall off of that. Sometimes this will be red. You want to come from the outside of this floor, this coming off the high half wall. Sometimes that'll be red, and then you might have to redo it. But we just have our gap nice and easy right there, and you do just need a electrical siren light to crouch on, or an electrical smart alarm to crouch on, and then you can easily get the height without goofing around or doing anything like that, and you can access your TC behind that. And then we can put this up on a 2x1 to create our little mini base that we do have for the video, and it's going to be super nice, super easy mini solo base utilizing this little building trick, as well as adding a spiral stair bunkers. We have 3 bunkers in this little mini 2x1. You're not going to notice it, and it is going to be super nice and super easy. We do have everything HQM here for a high HQM cost, but it is not necessary to have all of them HQM, but the HQM will get up there, especially when we want our floors beneath and all of the foundations for HQM. So let's make a little base tour. Talking too fast there. We have 3 Tricos all on this side. This was like a little hidden joint base. You did have a little peak like that on half of it. Then we're going to have that combined with a, I don't know how to pronounce it, Tony X style 2x1 here with the the chute above the core jump up here, and we do just use that for our pancake layer with drop boxes as well as our spiral stair bunker. Going down into our bunker here, we have the double half wall. You can do a floor grill with a frame there, but that does get stuff cramped, so I like to use the furnaces and the double half wall there with the twig, just like that. We'll come in here and we have our TC. We have a pretty crazy upkeep, around 3.2k frags, 120 HQM, and only 733 stone for that second floor. The wood is strictly only for the jump ups, and then just have like temporary jump ups, and then as well like 20 for the twig floor there. And then we do have obviously our pixel gap beneath here that I'm not going to spend the time trying to get that, but so we have pancake layer, and then nobody's going to find this other HQM layer down here, and it's going to be super nice and super easy. Alright, it's super easy to build. All we're going to do is start again our horizontal pixel gap with our rug. We're just going to find our rug, place that down, make sure our rug is not sticking under our second low wall so we don't get that error. And we're going to come in the corner, either crouch or again stand, just to get our double pixel stack going here. And we're going to hold Alt or not, whatever, move it back, just like that. You don't need to think about it. It's super nice and super easy. Did all the thinking. And then we just need to expand, that's it. No fussing around. And then we do just want to have our low and our high. So we want everything here HQM anyway for our high HQM mini triple bunker 2x1. And then we're just going to make sure we have a half wall here on the low, and then put a half wall here. And then float from the high over like this, and put another half wall here for our TC. And now we'll have one right there. And then I don't know if these are hard slide or not. Can't tell with HQM, but then we're just going to make sure we put our bunker floors top of the outside walls to make sure they're on opposite sides. And then we'll go ahead and put our box under here. You could put a small box in between, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then we're just going to place this off of that. And then now we can go ahead and put the TC down and expand everything here. Again, this can be stone, and you can leave this open, put your boxes under later. I like to do everything just half wall layers for real high upkeep. And this way they have to go through multiple sheet metal layers to get to the HQM. And then since we have HQM foundations here, nothing really falls from stability. So we can even put HQM floors here and nothing's really going to fall from stability because we have all of these sheet metal. Again, you can leave the inside one stone. You can leave the inside one stone and do it all stone first, and upgrade everything else to sheet metal from the outside, including these two here. They're just going to wrap all of this around, go straight to TC grade here. And then you can leave this sheet and put the TC in here so it's like stuck in the honeycomb so they don't really know where it is, or upgrade it to HQM. We're just going to leave it sheet right now and wrap all of this around. And if you notice, we did do it correctly for the correct direction of the spiral stair bunker. We'll do a double half wall here for our twig triangle, put our spiral stair off of. In that way, you don't need the frame. You can use a frame in a full wall. I like to do this. And then we're just going to wrap all of this around, not like that, like this. And you can do this HQM2 again. This will increase the upkeep cost. Frame here. And we just need a small furnace. Small furnace jump up. Just like that. Clean everything up here. You could place the square off of the other square to have no gap, or place it here to have the same invisible mini gap going upwards. Place our frame here. Wrap this around other frames. We have our bunker here. And we can go ahead and upgrade this to sheet. This to sheet. This. And then we just want full sheet metal here. And then half walls here. And then I have it set up for sheet metal, for a full TC cost as well. So we're just going to do sheet metal like this. around our full square and our TC. And then on this one, we're going to have a window and a floor here that we can put a ramp and a window here. Then we want to go like this. This can be half wall or full wall. If you want a direct raid cost, you can put that half wall, but you just do a full wall like that. And then this is just for peaks on your floor. And then we're going to go right up one more floor here. Seal this up like this. And then now we just want this stone and a stone single door here. So, and then we can do this as well. You can do a sheet metal if you want, doesn't matter. And then you want full windows here, stone, double door, square, square. Then you could put 2 brutalist roofs here for a Indominus style head blockage. And then chop these down like this. And then we want full honeycomb over here, sheet metal. Speed this up a little bit. Because this will be our door path side that we want to upgrade to HQM anyway. Oh no, this would be our other side. But either way, it would be double sheet metal on that side. And then we can just add a trico just like this, and it gives us full even footprint. And then we just add a nice double door on each side for an open little drop box space here with peaks. Add our window embrasures for our patricos, and we add a temporary jump up. We forgot to add the honeycomb on this side. And just like that, all you need is a temporary jump up here. I just do a whole section of wood like this. And then you can leave them soft side right here so you can get in there and break the foundation and the floor for the roof. And then you can do another foundation here for an easy jump up. And then you have your not wood half pancake layer, and you do that on the other side. You have your 3 patricos, and then you jump up into your chute, down into your 3 bunkers down in here, and then you have a nice, super easy 2x1. Very easy.